Now the time has come to make a few minor changes in this template. I want to make a small triangle of lace situated here between the breasts. For that lace we use the little file that you have here, lace PNG, and we are going to make a pattern out of that. Just select Edit, Define Pattern, call it lace, that's fine, and say OK. We get back to that later. For now you can close the lace file and we get back to our spring upper dress. We are going to make that triangle underneath all the other layers, so just above background we are going to create a new layer by using the button here that is create a new layer, double click it and call it lace. There we go. We are going to use our lasso tool, so zoom in a bit, make sure that the shaded grid is also on so you can see all the lines, and we are going to click and make a nice triangle using the body lines on the shaded grid. It can be a bit bigger, and we are going to fill this using the pattern that we had just made. You choose pattern and then you go to the pattern we have made, and there it is. You hardly can see it, but that is because of the shaded grid. If I click it away you can see it is there. I want this triangle to have a nice border as well. In order to do that I create a new layer on top of the lace layer that I call lace border, and with the selection still active I go to Edit, Stroke. 5 pixels is fine, but I don't want a black line, I want a white line. So I choose white all the way up. There we go, a white line, and I say OK. I've done it in the center, so that will cover both above and below the selected line. I can deselect now by using Ctrl D and have a look at the result. I want this lace border not to be as solid as it is right now, so I will take away the opacity back to, let's say, 90%. 90% is nice. There. So it is a bit more fragile. Our texture is now ready to be uploaded to a grid. Before you do anything else, please make sure that you save your file by clicking File and then Save, or just Ctrl S is also fine. If we are going to save this as a PNG, then you need to make sure that the background is transparent again. So you click away the background, you make sure the shaded grid is unchecked, and you go to File, Save As. From this window you choose a PNG file here, you give it a proper name like with lace, and you save the file. No interlace, it is OK. The only thing that has to be done now is make this, you can close this one because we don't need it. Yes, we want to save it. The only thing we want to do now is make the PNG file we just made a little bit smaller, because now, as you can see, it is still a 1024 by 1024, which is way too big for your clothing. It would take ages for it to load. So we make this a little bit smaller. Choose Image, Image Size, and size it back to 512 by 512, and click OK. Click Ctrl S again or File Save, and you are done. You can upload it to your grid.